In this example, we'll be using Cornerstone Exercise 624 that can be found in your textbook on page 264. We are going to be calculating the equivalent units, determining the unit cost per equivalent unit, and calculating the cost of units transferred out and the ending work in process inventory. In the example, it tells us that our company produces raspberry jam, and they tell us that our output is measured in pints. They tell us that the company uses the weighted average method, and that during January they had the following data. Units in process at the start of January that were already 60% complete were 36,000 pints. Units that were both completed and transferred out were 240,000 pints, and units that were still in process at the end of January were 75,000 pints, and they were 40% complete. They also give us the work in process in terms of cost of $54,000 and how much cost was added during January. In total, that was $351,000. We are using, again, the weighted average method. Under the weighted average method, our assumption is units that were in beginning work in process would have been completed first before other units were started and completed during the period. Therefore, those 36,000 pints that are in our beginning work in process as of January 1st are included in units completed and transferred out, totaling 240,000 pints. When calculating equivalent units under the weighted average method, we start with units completed. One completed unit equals one equivalent unit. So in this example, we have 240,000 pints that were completed and transferred out. Therefore, we have 240,000 equivalent units. For our ending work in process, they told us that we had 75,000 pints that have been completed 40%. So to get our equivalent units, we take those 75,000 units and multiply it by how completed they are at the end of the period. That gives us 30,000 equivalent units for ending work in process. Those equivalent units represent how many additional completed units could have been completed had all of the effort we put in getting 75,000 units 40% complete had been used to just complete units. We add our units completed plus our ending work in process units to get our total equivalent 100. In part 2, we need to calculate the unit cost for January. When using the weighted average method, we combine together the cost for beginning work in process and the costs that were added during the month of January. We had costs from beginning work in process of $54,000, and we added product cost of $351,000 during the month. We divide that by the total equivalent units for January, which we just previously calculated as 270,000 units. This gets us a rate per equivalent unit. In part 3, they want us to assign cost to units that have been transferred out and to units that are still in ending work in process. To calculate the cost of goods that is transferred out, we take our unit cost of $1.50, and we multiply it by our equivalent units for completed units, which are 240,000. Therefore, with those 240,000 units, we will transfer $360,000 in cost with those units to the next department. For our cost in ending work in process, again, we take our equivalent unit rate of $1.50 and we multiply it by how many equivalent units we have in ending work in process. Please note, we're multiplying it by the number of equivalent units of ending work in process rather than the total number of units, which had been 75,000. That gets us a total of $45,000 in cost that would be assigned to ending work in process.